Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Today I want to talk about FedEx. So basically getting stock in from America, from overseas, there's basically two companies you use for air freight. One is FedEx and one is UPS. The other is DHL, but DHL tends to be a bit expensive for big items. Quite good for small items, right? Well, FedEx now have made a ruling in Australia that they're not carrying archery equipment. Now, I'm not sure how far this goes, as far as whether it's in all states or just my state, specially made for me. So their ruling was that archery equipment is prohibited, so they're not carrying it. So what happened last shipment came in from PSC, it got into Adelaide Airport, so FedEx is handling archery gear around the rest of the world. They fly it in from America to Australia, but once it lands in Australia, they're not carrying it from the depot to my store. So I had to go and pick it up, okay? Right, and they said, well, we shouldn't really be flying it into Australia because it's prohibited. And I said, archery is not a prohibited weapon. It's a sporting good. It doesn't come under that classification. They said, the security guy has deemed it prohibited. So now, when people make these rulings, there's generally no name given to who made these rulings, so no one is accountable, okay? But let's just talk about this and other stuff. So a few months ago, I changed my system, okay? My software system to handle freight, okay? I had a new freight provider come on board with me, and then it offered me lots of freight options. One of them was using FedEx to ship stuff overseas. Well, suddenly my business boomed. So 10% of my orders, 1 in 10, were going overseas. And I was getting these great rates for international freight. And I was like, well, this is good. I'm going to be selling all my bows back to America, right? And I sell lots of stuff to America, okay? So I was like, well, this is good. I've got FedEx, really fast, great, bang, happening. Then I had a problem, okay? Because FedEx go, we're not handling it anymore. Now the problem is FedEx used to be TNT in Australia. TNT is really good for shop-to-shop business and really good for big items like target butts, like a target butt, right? Cases, really good with TNT or FedEx, right? So the other problem is that a lot of the stuff that we ship out of the shop is not, when I say not archery equipment, it's not a bow and it's not an arrow. So I don't know if arrows are included or not, but it's like cases. So today I'm trying to ship a case, a big case to New Zealand, right? Big case to New Zealand. The problem is, so I ring up FedEx to organize the pickup, and FedEx say, we're not picking up from you anymore. And I'm like, well, it's not archery equipment, it's a case. So then I'm going to send a picture of the case, and then someone will assess it. So it doesn't even matter if it's not a bow, it's like, we're not handling it. I guess they think I might stick a bow inside it. I don't know. Like when you ship stuff overseas, you've got to provide a copy of the commercial invoice, attached to the box, 3 copies, you've got to attach the invoice electronically as well. Okay, so I don't know, right? So then it restricts how I send stuff, export stuff overseas. So the other company is UPS, so United States Parcel Service. Now the problem is they operate into Australia, they don't operate out of Australia. So when UPS comes into Australia, it lands in Adelaide, and then they use a third party to ship it out. But they don't handle exports, which makes no sense to me because they fly these planes into Australia. So are you flying these planes back to America empty? I don't know. So now I have problems with shipping stuff like this big case. So anyway, so we've got to sort that out. But I just wanted to do a quick video to say someone in FedEx has said we're not carrying archery equipment. And that includes cases, it includes tubes, it includes arrow shafts, it includes bows. Now, nowhere in the world is it excluded. Okay, you can fly on planes with archery gear, no problems, right? In fact, when I fly now, I just put it in my normal domestic luggage and through it goes. I used to do it as sporting goods. I just do it now under my regular luggage. But anyway, that's what I do now. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with that. But someone makes this decision and it affects your business and affects your ability to do stuff, and it is what it is. Right, so I'm going to say, people are going, why does this matter and all that? You know, you're wealthy. And that's all good. But you probably haven't thought this through yet. So this is flying stuff in cheap from America to Australia. So if FedEx go, we're not going to do this, it gives you one carrier option only, basically, UPS. And UPS is sometimes really expensive, okay, depending on the contract. Now for me, I'm a bigger store. So I'm a bigger store, I've got various options because I've got various freight companies I handle. So I can then bring it in by sea, I can bring it in with a bigger freight provider who doesn't use FedEx, right? So for me, I'm like, it's a bit of an inconvenience. I have to now sort out the freight. But for the smaller shops, they're absolutely stuffed, right? Because the smaller shops, they can't bring in a container of stuff. It doesn't make sense because a person rings up and goes, hi, I want a red, PSC in this poundage. It's like, I don't have it, I'll just fly it in for you. Can't do it anymore, right? So now this makes life really interesting for me, because for me it's like, well, now I can move into a position. What it means is the bigger shops are going to get bigger and the smaller shops are going to struggle even more. And I'm going to say, as far as a business is concerned, I've probably said it in many videos before, it doesn't make sense. The costs of running a business now are too high. It doesn't make sense. And some people joke, you'd be better, that I always say, better to put your money in Bitcoin. Anyway, I'll leave it there. That's FedEx now cutting off the thing. And I'm just going to say it's probably some left wing, and that's, I feel crazy because I feel like I'm this far right wing extremist. I'm not. I used to work for government. I was whatever you wanted as a consumer, I provided to you. It was my job, public service, right? It was, if you rang me up, I would give you an answer literally within half an hour, right? Where now it's like there's no phone numbers for anyone who works in government. You can't ring anyone. There's no, it's like everyone's kept in the dark. We're not providing any information. And I'm like, am I going crazy? Because I sound like an extreme right-wing thing, and I'm clearly not. And I just that's how I feel. Because I feel like we're bringing in more and more laws. Cost of living is going through the roof. Inflation's going through the roof, and everyone's going, I feel like I'm going crazy. Anyway, so I feel like someone's joined FedEx and going, oh, see, look at all that archery gear coming in, going out. We must stop that. Anyway, I really, really struggle. So Labor, the left wing here, they banned bow hunting on your own property. Wasn't allowed on government property. So I looked up today because they introduced a poison to kill deer, some toxic chemical to kill deer. Now it's going to kill everything else as well, right? But it's going to kill deer. This is the latest plan. So I looked up, because I was going to do a video on it. Our state government in this state spent $2 million this year shooting deer from helicopters on private property. So they fly over your property with a helicopter, gun them down, leave them wounded, leave them there, charge the consumers. So in this, let's say the population of South Australia is 1 million, charge every single person who lives in this state $2 to gun deer down. I'm just struggling with it. And I know there's anti-hunting people. I've got many people who are anti-hunting. it just seems barbaric. It's like I have so many issues with it because that's your property and the government is flying helicopters around shooting semi-automatic guns at your property and just leaving it all there. I just $2 million. And the latest thing is it should be 14 million spent. I'm just over it. I'm over it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. That's FedEx, and I'm sure that person voted for the left. But everyone seems to vote for the left, so let's just leave it there. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.